changing locations and shit. Man, get into this motherfucking bag. Stand on the way, I made. Sacrificing time for this shit. Man, I got a plan. Tried to tell niggas years ago, they ain't understand. Riding by myself and it's cool, I'm all in my head. Everything in life you can't replace, I build relationships. Pretty little smile make a nigga wanna lock it in. We met the same time I lost a friend, we should try again. You been on my mind, you should hop in. I ain't gonna hurt you, baby girl, you know we locked in. Used to be on FaceTime calls on the regular. Never made time, landed on my busy schedule. Now every time I get the bay, you know I think of you. Working on your brand, love, you know that I...
Yeah, it's goddess. And I'm a day one type of girl. Ain't nothing wishy-washy over here. I don't jump around, stick to one side. Yeah, the silver, the blue, we got them in their feelings. That star on the field, come pay the D a visit. They say it's hatred, is it? I call it hate and simping. Cause if we wasn't that hating, they wouldn't be in our business. Listen, West Coast say the water tastes better. The fan base go harder, and all the ladies get wetter. Yeah, that's how it is when you straight reppin' for Dallas. We get it in the trap, and landlord tell us what's happening. No explanations in no shape, form, or fashion. When Henny drop the stats, ain't nothing else to be asking. Them numbers don't lie, that's why your argument dry. And we still got them rings, you got your eyes on our prize. Whether an eagle, a giant, or a commando, you in the parking lot crying, we in the Lambo, we stay in our bag, we run it up in the draft. You still talking about the 90s, so who's stuck in the past? Get off me, and I'ma need you 6 feet back. And we ain't hearing nothing till your team beat that. And we ain't scared of running, what you thought we bleed that? It's only one team over here, that's Cowboys, believe that. Yeah, this you got is a poet. Big up West Coast Cowboy, HTM Sports, and Landlord from Alabama. Y'all check them boys out. Now don't play around with the Cowboys content. Yeah, and you know it's DC. Yeah, DC4L.
31 teams in the NFL. His system is designed to stop 25 teams.
Shit, I need a linebacker that's over 200 pounds. I need a defensive tackle that you got to pull away from the buffet. He's gone, so no.
Let's talk about that.
But yeah, that's a large part. That's a large part of your
I gotta
team.
make this point because I ain't gonna lie, I forgot about it until you mentioned it. So I gotta get this off before it flees me, and the nation needs to hear this.
And we are live. What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Henny DeMoore reporting live from the liquor store, man. How's everybody doing? And listen, we made it back, y'all. God was good. We had traveling grace. You know, we caught a little bit of bad weather on the way out, but outside of that, everything was perfect, man. So before I even get too far ahead of myself, man, first and foremost, thank you to everybody that helped fund the Frisco trip. We were able to go out there and cover the Dallas Cowboys open practice. They had a padded practice. It's part of their training camp. They're going to have 2 before the final preseason game, which is on Friday. So we were able to go out there and check out the first one. They did the opening ceremony. Jared Jones was out there rambling, talking about American Airlines and, you know, their relationship with them and all this other shit, instead of talking about paying Micah Parsons. But that's neither here nor there. Point being, because of y'all, the trip was a success. We were able to get all kind of footage. You know, we were able to make some connections. We were able to do everything that we needed to do while we was out there, you know, at the Frisco training camp, man. And we're back safe. You know, we touched back down with the pack, man. So we got to, hey, I told Landlord earlier, because we did a show earlier, you know, when you get back off the road with the brick, you got to bust it down, man. So we're finna bust the brick down right now. We got that content for you, and we going to just talk about it, man. We're going to talk about my reactions. We're going to show footage. And while we here, you know, we really can't put the shit off too much longer. We got an entire 53-man roster that got to be decided, and I ain't told you who I think should or should not make the team at this point. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. But without further ado, man, let's go ahead and let's get into the content. So this is where me and my wife will ride out there to the Ford Center. walking into the Ford Center and whatnot. The line was long as hell. Like, listen. This is why I really hate that Jerry Jones be playing with the fan, because we deep, man. Like, we got a huge fan base. We got a bunch of folks that really want to see the Dallas Cowboys be successful, and he's spit in their face. Now, this is a steal from when they first came out. A lot of the offensive linemen was over there doing individual work, including Terrence Steele. Tyler Guyton came out for a second. Of course, he didn't practice, but you know, it's just a steal of Terrence Steele warming up right before the practice started. And I think I said it earlier. Also, shout out to Tyler Booker as well, our first round pick, our 12th overall pick. Somebody that we're going to be really relying on this year, man. Shout out to Donald Holmes, man. Thank you as well. Everybody that ever sent a red cent to Henny Moore, I appreciate all y'all. Because like I said, I would not be able to come back with all this footage and all this material and all this content without y'all. Y'all made that happen. Y'all have been the biggest supporters of the liquor store, and I appreciate y'all, man. You know, that's why I'm finna listen. That's why I'm finna go crazy with the content. You know, I've been dropping little shorts with the footage. You know, I just did a damn video where I showed a 2-minute drill with Dak Prescott led a game-winning drive. I just dropped that on the page. You know, of course, if you follow me on Twitter, I was dropping plays as they happen live. You know what I'm saying? So we got a bunch of content, man, and all this was made possible by my supporters, man. So I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. And listen, if you want us to keep being able to travel and to keep being able to go out and bring back the content, because I know there's folks that love the Dallas Cowboys that were not able to attend the training camp. If you want Henny Moore to go cover, you know, the stuff, just hit the Cash App, man. It's $ Henny Moore, and you know, I'll go out, I'll get the content, and I'll bring it back to y'all, man. This is how we do it. But yeah, I appreciate all y'all folks, man. But here's Tyler Booker, and I think I said it earlier though when I was talking about the offensive linemen. These guys are huge. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ain't really just been in the same space as these people, and you ain't seen them, you know, the camera does not do these guys justice. These guys are big human beings, man. So listen, I know that I said I was tired of drafting 55,000 offensive linemen. I said it. I got tired of the Dallas Cowboys investing, you know, that much capital into the O-line. But, you know, just to be frank, be honest, and be real with y'all, it's probably money well spent. Because I know Dak Prescott, when he looks around at the talent on that offensive line, and he looks around at just how physically imposing they are, he probably feels safe as a motherfucker in that pocket. You know what I'm saying? He probably feels safe as hell in that pocket. So Dak, we know that he ain't the same guy fresh out of Mississippi State. We know he ain't scrambling every other play and escaping the pocket and all that other stuff. So him having a great offensive line is going to be paramount to the Dallas Cowboys being successful. And they looked the part, you know. And to be fair, because I did talk about how the linebackers were being dominant and, you know, filling the holes. The running backs didn't do the offensive line. They didn't help the offensive line out at all. A lot of times they would create holes and there were not really holes there. You know what I'm saying? But y'all see it. You'll see it You'll see it eventually. But yeah, that was Tyler Booker out there doing the warm-ups. Will Greer warming up right before practice. And I'm not gonna hold you. Before watching, and I know that I'm finicky. Cause I was just saying before I went out to the practice that Will Greer might need to be the backup quarterback, right? Will Greer was the worst quarterback of the three. Like, I understand why the coaches are hesitant to put Will Greer in there. And it's not like he was just god awful. It's not like he, you know, threw some pick sixes or anything like that. It just like there was a clear, all right. So like Dak Prescott is head and shoulders better than all his backup quarterbacks. Just the way he played, the way he controlled the offense, the way he delivered the football, the touch. It was apparent why Dak Prescott sleeps soundly on his sleep number bed at night, because there's not really a quarterback competition between anybody on that team outside of the backups. Right? It was apparent with the way he was slinging that bitch around and making plays. But there is a clear difference in between Joe Milton and Will Grier too. There's a clear difference between Joe Milton and Will Grier as well. And it's not something that you really see in the preseason games. I think a lot of what's going on with Joe Milton right now might be mental, because he had a good practice. He had a very good practice, honestly. Like, there was like a couple misfires and a couple decisions he probably won't back. But Joe Milton, in my humble opinion, had a better practice last night than Will Grier. And I understand, if I'm a coach and I watch you practice all the time, and I'm seeing this day in and day out, you know, I understand why Joe Milton is ahead of Will Grier. I just do. I understand it. There are some throws that Will Grier should have made and he did not. You know, you'll see. I think I have some of his footage in here. All right, like the biggest play I remember from Will Grier was a miss. Like, there was a big miss to Josh Kelly, that really reminded me of why, you know, Will Grier is who Will Grier is at this point in his career. Now here's Dak coming out. He came out the tunnel. Now listen, I muted everything. And my wife said this too. She said whoever the DJ was, I mean, he didn't play better. I'm just talking about what I saw, because I was just there at the practice. Now in the preseason games, yes, like Will Grier looked better. But I'm telling you, when you watch them practice and you see them live and in person, there is a clear difference between Will Grier and that boy Joe Milton. Now, I don't know if Joe Milton got, a mental hurdle that is keeping him from performing the way that he plays in practice during the preseason game. I don't know if he got something psychological going on, but you see a clear difference in practice. And I'm just talking about practice. Right, because that's all I'm covering. Because I'm just giving my thoughts about what I saw. I understand what happens in preseason, and I don't know what the fuck Joe Milton be doing in preseason, but pissing me off. But real talk, I understand why a coaching staff that see them practice multiple times in a week, I understand why a coaching staff would trust Joe Milton more. Because Will Grier, during the course of these practices, does absolutely nothing, to build confidence in him. I'm just being 1,000. What's up with you, John Jones? He said, "What's up, HTM Cowboys Nation? Let's go." Oh, this your first time tuning in? Hey, salute to Piston Broke, man. They were tapping in and showing love. The practice today is at 6 o'clock. So practice today is at 6 o'clock. And really, they didn't start practice until about 6 o'clock last night either. They started early because Jerry Jones and the mayor, Frisco, and all them other folks were in attendance. And, Jerry had to get up that bitch and ramble for a little bit. So that's why they started 30 minutes early yesterday, because they had an opening ceremony. Jerry spoke, and then some other folks spoke, and that's how that shit went. But that's what happened. That's why it was 5:30 yesterday. It's going to be 6 o'clock today. But yeah, man. But yeah, there was a clear difference. Clear difference. I know it has not translated to the actual preseason games, but there's a clear difference when you watch them niggas practice. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. And y'all know I am not a big fan of Joe Milton no more after what I done seen. Now this is Marquise Bell, 1-8, like all the safeties, Hooker, all them were over there right in front of us. They were, I don't know what the hell they were talking about, but they were just out there chopping it up. And then up top, once the camera pans back up, you're gonna see Trayshawn Holden warming up. Somebody I believe that really need to make the football team. And before we leave out on this show, we're gonna do a 53-man roster. I'm gonna give you my opinion about who should and should not be a part of the Dallas Cowboys Day 1 opening roster. But yeah. But just to give you a hint, I got Trayshawn on it. For damn show. And this is another steal. These were the linebackers. They were doing like ball pursuit drills. They were doing like ball pursuit drills, and they were throwing the ball, flicked it at their ass, to see if they could make a play on it. And I like that though, because when you this man. What's up with you, man? Dunley said, we agree as the man. Clearly, Joe Milton would make me leave my own game. Yeah, man. Listen, I'm only talking about practice. I know for a fact that if you talk about a real game situation, Weir Greer has shown a little bit more. I'm not talking about that. I'm just being fair to Shotty and them. Because if practice matters, and we talk about competing every day, and you're consistently being outperformed by somebody in practice, I understand why they look at the shit the way they do. You know what I mean? Dolores, what's up with you? Thank you for tapping in and showing love. They said, I was in Oxnard for 2 weeks. Shotty has a much more creative offense than what he is showing in preseason. That is for damn sure. And to your point, like in this practice, I don't know if I got the footage in this particular role, but they opened up the very first play of practice was a rollout throwback screen. Like it was a rollout throwback screen. So they rolled the pocket for the quarterback, and then they had the blockers setting up back across the other side of the field, and then they threw the ball back across the field to set for the screen play. So both quarterbacks, did that. Both quarterbacks did that to start the game, to start practice. So that was the very first play they worked on. So you're right. There was a lot more motion during this practice than what you've seen in training camp. They were working on the screen game. Dukes, what's up with you, man? So I agree with you. It is a lot more, a lot more wrinkles to it at least. My brother wants to know what the running back's looking like. You remember at one point I said all the running backs on this team, if you look at their scouting report, they got, it said something about their vision not being the best. That is what the fuck happened. Like them niggas ain't got no vision. I don't know where the fuck they trying to run off to, but it's not towards the hole. It's not towards daylight. Now there was now Malik Davis. He had I was trying to upload a play because I would tweet shit live. I was tweeting shit live, so I did not get an opportunity to record it. But Malik Davis had like a 30 or 40 yard run, and that's the only damn run they gave Malik Davis. Like, hey, I wonder if Land is listening, because you remember when I said they don't like that nigga? They do not like that nigga. Cause how you have the biggest run of the night, and that was your only carry? How you have the biggest run of the entire scrimmage, of the entire practice, and that was the only damn carry that you got? He said, you and I are far apart on Osa. I believe he can be an all-pro at 3 tech this season. Another 1 tech, Quinn Bohannon, Tim Settle can make that happen. I like Osa. I don't think I ever said anything crazy about Osa. I just don't think that he's a run stopper. You know what I'm saying? Like, he plays at 275. So I don't think that he can consistently stop the run going up against bigger opponents. You know what I'm saying? Like the guards out there are like 310, 315, some are 330. You know, you got some big motherfuckers in the middle of that offensive line. So I'm not down on Osa. I just don't think that Osa is ever going to be a premier run stopper. You know, I think that he'll make some tackles for loss. He'll shoot the gap. You know, he'll get upfield quick. He'll get some sacks. He'll rush the passer. He'll crush the pocket. There's some great things that Osa Odighizuwa can do, and you know I can see him as a pass rusher. You know, I can see him as a pass rusher. You know, having that kind of impact and maybe make a Pro Bowl team or All Pro team, depending on what those pressure numbers look like. But I just don't think that he'll be, you know, an overall great run defender. I don't necessarily think I need him to be. Like for real, because Devin, I ain't fucking know that was you until you said something. Until you said something, bro. I did not know that was you, man. But shout out to you. Talking about fullback, who got the job? Listen, with the game on the line, because I told you at the end of the game they ran a 2-minute drill. And Dak Prescott led the ones. Javonte Williams was the number one running back with them boys, man. Javonte Williams is the running back. I'm not saying that it should be him. I'm not saying that it should be Javonte Williams. But they got Javonte Williams running with the ones. So if you wanted to know that, Javonte Williams, maybe by hook or crook or default, he was getting all to most. Well, he was getting most of the first team work, and with the game on the line when they were trying to go and run the 2-minute offense, Javonte Williams was the back they had out there. So, you know, do with that information what you want to. I sure was like, yeah, like I got a new supporter on this mug. God is good, but hey. Salute to you though, my brother. I'm glad that you in here rocking with me. My boy. But yeah, man, like the Dallas Cowboys, the practice, and just speaking on practice in general, and we talking about the intensity. Hold on, let me see what kind of play this was. All right, so run. Yeah, see, that's the shit that happened all night. Let me run that one back real quick. Yeah, y'all hit that like button, hit that share if you care. You know, slap the fuck out of Eagles fan for sure. And please, please, please hit that like button for your boy. Hit that like button, hit that share button, and hit that cash app if you can. You know, help your boy out. Keep the lights on in the liquor store. It's $ Henny the Moore. Said, what's the word on GP? Talking about George Pickens. Him. Fucking him. A monster. Diabolically. Like, listen, man. If I'm gonna take this down for 2 seconds. I'm gonna put another screen up so y'all can see me when I say this. George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb did what the fuck they wanted to do against them corners. They did whatever the hell their heart's desire was when they was dealing with them. Like George Pickens had multiple big plays. CeeDee Lamb had multiple big plays, including. Hold that thought, man. I'm finna have to go close this door because this dog is being too loud. Y'all give me 2 seconds. Yeah, I know. And listen, my dog just happened to see me because we've been gone. We just got back, but still, he being loud as hell. But yeah, man, my boy Numbhead Neil in the building said, "What up, Henny?" Slapped up Jerry 77 times before checking in, man. Yeah, man. Salute to my brother Numbhead Neil, man. And Neil, I appreciate you for all your support, man. Like everybody that's sent anything over the course of the Oxnard, the Frisco Fund, I appreciate y'all, man. Like y'all made this shit happen. So thank y'all, and I appreciate you. Man, that's my wife, dog, man. That's a damn Shih Tzu in there. Barking like that. But I appreciate y'all, man. Like for real. Like none of this is possible without y'all, man. So I just want to keep saying that over and over again, just so y'all know how much I appreciate the shit, man. Like for real. But yeah, George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, they were unguardable pretty much. Like I have no doubts about Dak Prescott throwing for like 5,000 yards or 4,500 yards, like T Smooth TV said. Like Dak is going to have a good year. Dak is going to have an amazing year. As long as he stay healthy and that offensive line holds up and gives him time to push the ball down the field, Dak Prescott is going to be just fine. You got a Husky, a Pit, and 2 of their pups. Yes, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. Now, see, I know those Huskies are good ass dogs. Really, they both are good ass dogs, like Husky and Pits. From what I heard, you know what I'm saying. I ain't never had a Husky. We'd have had a couple Pits before. All right, so let's see what this play is. Cause they're getting to more of the 11 on 11 work right now. So let's see what this play is. Play action. All right, so there was another screen attempt. So this time, let me just break it down. Boom. Play action. See, they did the play action fake, and then they set up the screen behind the running back. Yeah. So they play action. They fake the handoff to the running back. He snuck off to the flat, got blockers in front of him, and that was going to be a nice little screen attempt. It's just that they allowed the defensive line to get into the face of Dak Prescott, and it was a knockdown. So they were out there trying a lot more stuff. They were out there trying some stuff. They did this is like the second screen attempt I saw. Like I told you, they started the game to practice the scrimmagers to say with a throwback screen, a rollout through a screen back across the field with blockers set up in front of them. And this time they tried a play action pad. They faked, they got to the screen off of a play action look. So Shotty got some wrinkles in there that he has not shown yet. And listen, I be playing all the time. I be meddling and saying that Shotty. Be trying to run plays, that Jesus gave him. I be meddling and saying that Jesus gave him his playbook. That's why he don't want to show it to nobody. But he do got some wrinkles that if you're not careful can catch you slipping. So he working that screen game. He was using some more motion than normal. So I'll take that. But yeah, the defense was just got way too close to Dak. They were able to knock the ball down before it got to the running back on the screen. So they were in good standing right there. A little dump off pass. They also a little dump off pass right there to Jalen Brooks. Also looked like somebody was holding. You may not have saw it, but they threw a flag out there as well. And this is one of the very few Jake Ferguson sightings. So Jake made a play. Really on the cool though, man. Like there wasn't a lot of plays really made by the tight ends. Neville started a fight. You know, that was about the highlight of his day. You know, Shotty, Ferg, you know, made like 1 or 2 catches. Schoonmaker made 1 or 2 catches, and then he had to leave practice prematurely. He had end up getting injured. But yeah, dog. There were not a lot of plays made by our tight ends out there. And this Will Greer, one of the few plays I was talking about from a tight end right there. All right, so let's go on to the next video. We gonna pull the next video up. And really, you may or may not have seen some of this footage. We finna find out. But it's some of the footage from earlier. This is when they walked out there warming up for practice. You've seen the Steele earlier, Terrence Steele. That's the video. This them doing the high energy, you know, shit that they start to practice with. Let's take a poll, man. Do y'all think, you know, that little drill adds to the intensity of the practice? They've been doing it all, you know, they've been doing all training camp. But y'all let me know. Do y'all think that this helps or no? Or this is just some shit? I cannot remember if I saw a 38 out there. I will not hold you. I'll have to go through the footage and see if he was out there. I'll be real with you. I do not think Elijah Clark is going to make it. Like, they already got a large quantity of defensive backs. When you sit back and you think about, you know, even if Trayvon Diggs and Siobhan Revel start, you know, the season on IR, they got to miss 4 games. You still got, and listen, Seabell Carson might start too, and Josh Butler. Still got to carry Kyer Elam. You still got to carry Deron Bland. You still got to carry Childress, because I think that he did enough to make the team. Still got to carry Keemon Hall. Still got to carry Andrew Booth. You know, by hook or crook, you still gonna need him. You know, you still got to carry Wanye. Still got to carry still got to carry Malik Hooker. Still got to carry Donovan Wilson. Also, there was a very good play by Damone Clark. This was the one, I'm going to go back to it, but this was the one and only turnover in the entirety of the practice. It was a fumble forced by Damone Clark, returned for a touchdown by Damone Clark. Yep. Josh was there. Josh Butler was there in his street clothes. Well, that's not street clothes, but he didn't have no pads on. This is the play of the day. Honestly, hold on. This was the play of the day. This was the play of the day. Yes, it was Andrew Booth, but the throw was so perfect. Dak Prescott dropped this bitch, you know, in a bucket. Booth did not have bad coverage on this play. It's just the fact that throw was great. It's the fact that George Pickens is a huge man, moving that fast. You know, it's the fact that he got great hands. So there was nothing. There was absolutely nothing, you know, that could have been done about that play. I know it's Andrew Booth. I know it's easy to shit on him. But that was a much better play by the offense than it was, you know, just bad coverage by the defense. You know what I mean? It was much better that way. Just look at it like that. But yeah, that was the best play. Yeah, dog. So one thing that's gonna one thing that I do gotta see in preseason that I did not see in this practice though, I need the running backs to have more consistent runs. I need the running backs to have more consistent runs. I need them to see the hole better. I need them to accelerate through the hole better. You know, I need them to get more yardage consistently than what they've been doing. So that is one thing that I do want to see from this preseason game on Friday. I do need to see better from the running backs. My brother Neil said, Henny, they must have changed the Moms Wheaties this season or something. He's showing up in games and practice. Shit. Hey, you know, me and Landlord got a theory. Like everybody becomes Super Saiyans, and you know, everybody gets a power up during contract season. During contract season, you know, you play out of your mind. You remember when Tank had that stretch of 25 sacks while he was trying to get his new deal, and he never did nothing close to that again for the rest of his career? You remember when Byron Jones became an All-Pro during his contract season? Y'all remember that? Y'all remember when what's my boy from LSU that y'all be calling a bus and shit? Cornerback. What's the boy name, man? What's the boy's? Y'all know the boy name. Help me out. The cornerback we used to have from LSU. Help a brother out. Who that corner we had from LSU that we drafted? And we thought that he was gonna be like this premier back in the league for a long cornerback in the league for a long time, man. Like what? He didn't end up being that, but he did leave and win a Super Bowl with the Kansas City Chiefs. Damn, what was that boy name, man? Thank you, Mo. It was Mo Claiborne. Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Yeah, even Mo Claiborne had a good year, you know, when during his contract year. So man, I don't know. It's something about contract years. Really, like it's like the realization you were playing for your life, your livelihood. Cause some of these guys that don't get these second contracts, man, like shit, some of them end up not being in the league no more. And think about it. Mo Claiborne really might have been out the league if he didn't have that final good year with the Dallas Cowboys. No, that's why the Chiefs were willing to sign him and give him a chance. You know what I'm saying? Because he did show some improvement that final year, and he played well. Let's see what my boy Greg say. I believe the Moan neck is feeling much better. I think he was hesitant to be aggressive like he was at LSU, but we forget this man had neck surgery, and it's not easy to play linebacker. Not, yeah, that's true. That is very true. And listen. I always try to be fair when talking about players, especially players that had injuries that serious, because that is a serious injury. You know, that is a very serious injury. You can also point to Eberflus, right? Because I see some of y'all saying, you know, that's flus. And then, you know, he pointed out that he's further removed from the neck injury. It could be a combination of both. It could be that Eberflus is a really, really good linebacker coach, and we know that to be the case from his track record. And it could be that Damone Clark is getting healthier, and that he isn't dealing with the same injury. Or if it's not his health, if it's not his actual physical health, it could be his actual mental health, where he trusts his ability to stay healthy a little bit better. You know, because a lot of folks don't realize, you know, your knee and stuff, like when you're coming back from like an ACL or some shit, that's going to heal up, you know, way before you ever have the full trust in it again. You know what I'm saying? You may not fully trust your knee. Doesn't mean that your knee is not ready to, you know, go through the ringer. You know what I'm saying? So the mental health aspect of that is also there, not just the physical health. Because you got to get over that mental hurdle of being concerned about the nagging injury that you had and trusting the shit, you know, at some points. So there could be a myriad of reasons why, all of a sudden he's playing good football. But I'm happy to see it, man, because if he can play, and we can get a contribution from Damone Clark, shit, man, that's like found money. Like I was moving around thinking that, Damone was not gonna make the team. You know what I'm saying? I didn't think Damone was gonna make the team. Now he looked like he might deserve playing time. That's true. He said Flus had us thinking that LVE and Jalen were world beaters. He definitely helped them. Like for real. But let's keep rolling this grade A footage though, man. Let's keep rolling some of this grade A footage we got in here. But yeah, another run stop. They gotta be better. There's no ifs, ands, or buts around it, man. They gotta be better at stopping the run. Well, not stopping the run. I'm sorry. They gotta be better at running the damn ball. Like that is probably the best run I saw by Miles Sanders. You still could make the argument that he doesn't break that tackle in a real game situation. Who fucking knows? But you could make the argument that that he gets stopped right there for next to no gain or whatever. Like you could make that argument. But still, that was a pretty good run by the boy. I'm not gonna take too much from him. You said only two players you don't want on the team with Booth and Goodwin. Now, one thing I did notice, I know I've been all around the place with this coverage. One thing I did notice about Joe Milton, his feet wasn't that wild today. He got his feet set. He delivered the ball pretty decently. He even had like a big ass play to. Deuce Vaughn. Like Deuce Vaughn caught a long pass down the sideline, off of a scramble drill that he did. You know what I'm saying? So Joe Milton, like mechanically and touch wise, he was a little bit better this practice, man. He was a little bit better. He was a little bit better. Now I need to see that shit in an actual game. I need to see it in the preseason game. He gonna get all the opportunities in the world to show, that he is, that he is growing as a quarterback, and that he can deliver the ball more accurately. But if we just talk about practice, he was doing all right this practice, dog. I ain't gonna hold you. No, Cowboy Mac, I will not be at practice today. I don't live in Dallas. We drove up 3 hours to go to Frisco. The way that my PTO was set up, I had to bring my ass back today. So no, but Boss gonna be there covering it. Lou gonna be there covering it. Law gonna be there. I think that Lando's still out there. Shout out to all the good content creators. Landlord is gonna be covering it from hell. He said, I just reported you for selling that godforsaken hen hooch. Man, you ain't shit. Now listen, when you out here telling, they ain't around. They ain't out here to tell you to stop snitching. You out here trying to blow up my entire operation. Just because I told people you out here selling kneecaps and baby livers on the dark web. Just because I told people that you out here trying to blow up my spot. Nah, see what I mean? Yeah. Landlord be snitching in 4K. Landlord is up here snitching in 4K in front of the entire world, but ain't nobody gonna tell him to stop snitching. See y'all, See y'all be doing too much now. There you go. Yeah, tell him to stop snitching. Thank y'all. Tell that man to stop snitching. Hell nah. This man got me fired with fire. That shit crazy. That shit is crazy. Listen, landlord, you ain't heard an eye for an eye, leave the whole world blind. You ain't heard that. You ain't heard that. Landlord said we blind as hell. He said he gonna snitch back. Said this AI. Oh man, hell nah. He ain't changed the snitching rules, man. We can't do this. Nah, cuz we can't be doing shit like this, man. Snitching is snitching. This is diabolical. That's why his Wi-Fi was tripping earlier. Somebody was trying to get his hooch. Hey, man. I guess it got too close to checkout time. Them niggas said you gotta get off our Wi-Fi or something. Cause they stopped my shit mid-show. I like, damn. But I'm not sure why that happened, because I was still able to go on my phone with the Wi-Fi. So I don't know what the hell happened earlier. They were hating us out, man. They were hating us out. But hey, I bought the Wi-Fi from landlord. That's why I bootleg. Hell no. He said, see, Neil, Neil, my guy, he said the cold chill from the north left Florida, Henny. Man, I see that shit. You know, when landlord around, you just feel impending doom and dread, and you get a cold chill come down your spine, man. We gotta rebuke landlord in the name of Jesus and everything that's holy and right. Yeah, we gotta rebuke landlord. All right, let's play the last bit of this footage, dog. Let's play the last bit of this footage, because I've been making a lot of content, but I do want to be a fan of some content too. Because when I jump off of here in the next 2 or 3 minutes, I'm going to go watch Jay Tuck do his show. Because I really do like, you know, his content, you know. So when y'all leave from over here, because we're going to stop the show momentarily after we finish this 2-minute drill, so I can work on getting some more footage uploaded for y'all. Y'all go over there to CFO Sports and tell them it's a liquor store raid, man. Y'all leave from over here and y'all go over there and y'all say liquor store raid. Or y'all say HTM raid. Whichever one floats your boat or whatever helps you find your lost remote. And I'm going to ask this same question when it gets out there. Because Dak Prescott is finna try 3 straight long balls. He's going to try 3 straight bombs for no apparent reason. I know it's 2-minute drill. But do y'all think this was because of the down and distance and the play clock situation? Or does Dak not give a fuck about that secondary? Because that's sort of disrespectful just to throw. I'm just going to throw 3 straight bombs and I know I'm finna make something happen. Like, that is disrespectful as hell when you really think about it. Like, that's disrespectful as hell. Like, I have no fear in my heart of this ball being intercepted or you making a play on it. Yeah, just like that. So, gut bummer. When you leave from here, you know, you go over there to CFO Sports, J Tuck, and you type in liquor store raid, man. When you leave from here, you go over there and you type in liquor store raid for my brother. And this is the last play, because I think it's a damn push off by CeeDee Lamb, but fuck it. You know, it worked. The refs there did not call. You know, the refs there did not call a PI. So I ain't see no PI. And they were calling shit all day and all night. So yeah, man. I just wanted to come back live, let y'all know we made it back safely. I wanted to thank y'all again. Wanted to show y'all more footage. I'm going to work on getting more footage uploaded to the computer so I can share it with y'all. I'm going to see what I can do about covering the practice tonight. I know I won't be there. But, you know, if they're airing it, I'm going to see if I can, you know, if they're airing it, I'm going to go see if I can, stream it for us. So if Dallas Cowboys is playing on their YouTube, damn it, we're going to be screen sharing that shit and watching it together. But thank y'all for everything. On the way out the liquor store, please hit that Cash App. Yes, I did. Not only did I get it, I gave you a shout out as well, Mr. Richburg. You are the truth. You are the GOAT. I appreciate you for supporting your boy Henny. What you did, went a long way in helping us on our journey. So I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you, Mr. Richburg. You've always been a great supporter. You're a great friend, and thank you for everything that you ever done for me, my brother. But I appreciate y'all. I'm finna go check out CFO. I'll meet y'all in the chat box. Tell my niggas the liquor store raid. And in the words of my brother West Coast Cowboy, never look